to avoid legal.
The state legislature, probably 5+ years ago, informed the communities of Wyoming that they were not going to be able to fund infrastructure. They saw that coming, and they told us that we needed to use what they called the tools we had available. One of those tools is similar, is the same, it's called an enterprise fund, and that's how we fund the water. It is a fund that does not make money, but everyone shares the expense, and you are charged on the basis of how much water you use, not how many miles of pipe it might take to get to your house, but rather on what you use. And so what the legislature suggested was that we establish an enterprise fund for stormwater upgrade so that we could bring it up to standard, because there has been deferred maintenance for a number of decades. And we have a system that is like a backed up toilet, and we need to clean it out, and it is going to take time and money to do that. Excuse me, sir, not yet. So that is the difference in an enterprise fund. A tax would be, and it could be during another potential would be to have an additional penny tax that people would have to vote on, because the city cannot put the city into debt without the members agreeing to do that. So to have a tax or a bond where we're actually borrowing money or taking, doing that, then it must be voted on. And what the legislature suggested was setting up an enterprise fund to share the expenses of trying to establish the surface water. And I'll go on to the next person and then the next one.
My name is Bob Corliss, and
Yes,
I
sir.
want to know if this fee has been also applied to the University of Wyoming.
Yes, sir.
They will pay their share
Yes, sir.
of the non-pervious
Yes,
areas that they have.
yes, sir. And it is not a tax. So because it is not a tax, they are not exempt. And the schools board is not exempt, the school system. And the nonprofits are not exempt. So, as a fee for service, everyone has to chip in.
At the same rate,
At the same rate per 500 square feet, yes, sir.
Wait, this guy needs to go. Wait.
Just a second, I have 3 people in front of me. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name's Joe Lindy. I'm a lifelong resident of Laramie, Wyoming. I'm paying 2 bills, one for my house, one for my business down on Adams Street. And that business, storage business, the city forced me to build a retention pond that holds all the water on my property, up to a 100-year flood. So that's what I designed. There's one councilman here that approved that initial plan. That's what's there today. So now I get a bill for $242 a month that I've never gotten before. I'm not going to pay it. And when I suffer injury, I'm going straight to Cheyenne, the big law firm, and I'm going to start a class action lawsuit against this outfit. Now, I worked for the city for 11 years before I did this. And I worked for the street department. And your BS about the storm sewers is the biggest bunch of baloney I ever heard. You get the street department out there and get them cleaning those storm sewers and maintaining them, they wouldn't drip all that crap in there. But you people put all the money you get into the rec center, the ice arena, and downtown in the bigwigs. I hear you earn $250,000. You're just a figurehead. Is that true?
No.
Good, or this outfit's totally lost its mind,
Thank you, sir.
okay?
Next question.
My name is Pat Rinker. I've lived here for over 70 years. I own a business in South North End of town. I want you to know that I'm not against the storm sewer project that needs to be done in this community. We all know it's needed to be done for 70 years. But it has never grown. It's very slow coming together, and I can vouch for that on the north end of town because there is none. First of all, could someone tell me how much this city is going to bring in from this project on a monthly basis? How
5
much
years,
money is going to be
Yeah,
created?
from 0 to how much?
No, wait a minute. How much money is going to be brought into this community in 1 month off of this storm drain surface bill?
How much?
We'll table that.
11.5.
So estimated about 3.2 million per year, so divide that by 12. Calculator out.
$300,000 million a year.
Estimated as it stands right now, at 1.6 for 500 square feet per road.
And that includes everything that's on your map.
And that's charging people double jeopardy.
Well, let's try to
Sir,
solve
sir.
Yeah, for double
Sir,
jeopardy.
Point of order. You
Point
are
of order,
speaking
double
out-
jeopardy.
You are speaking out of order.
Too bad.
Please respect other people whose turn it is to
As
speak.
far as,
Go, Pat.
as far as the homeowners in this community that I've talked to, they're being billed 10 to 20 bucks. That's fine. From the business standpoint in this town, is going to be stuck with the majority of this money, the $3 million a year supposedly. And those are the people that you have to respect in this community that are trying to make it work. I was small, used to be a small business. One of my people I mentioned the other night paid $800 a month. It's $9,600 a year. Irregardless of that, you are dumping probably, I'm guessing, somewhere around 60% of these figures on the business people in this community. Now, the only thing the business people can do, folks, is turn back around and tag it on to what you buy from them. And all of us here, I don't think there's one can stand up and say that they haven't gone to Fort Collins or Cheyenne to buy stuff. And you usually do it because you can get it cheaper. Well, you start jacking the prices up on every business in this town, they have no choice but to raise their prices, and it's gonna drive business out of this town. The other thing that I would like to point out is this community, we have all voted in bondage for our school district. We did that on the basis of help our children and improve our schools. How much is this Laramie school district going to